The best type of ground management depends on the orchard and the location, as well as the grower's goals. By managing the soil properly, we can help ensure long-term productivity of orchard and improve the overall health of the orchard system. Organic matter in the soil helps improve soil structure and porosity, enhances nutrient cycling, and increases the release of nutrients as it decomposes. The main problem in orchards are weeds, plants that are growing in the wrong place. Weeds compete with the trees for moisture and nutrients. Some weeds are also alternate hosts of diseases, nematodes, or insects. There are different weed management tools. Herbicides are one of the tools available to control weeds in orchard. Each strategy has certain strengths and weaknesses. The main strengths of herbicides is that they are effective, easy to apply, can be selective and timely, but at the same time, herbicides require 2% soil organic matter for successful application, directed spray equipment, they can effects on pest complex, and sometimes cost varies. Issues with using herbicides are many: managing weed resistance, contamination of surface and groundwater, managing spray drift, which can be physical drift but also vapor drift. Effects of herbicide on non-target pests are also some kind of issues. There is the question of crop safety, herbicide residues in soil, and soil incorporation requirement. Mulching is another tool available to control weeds in orchard. Bark mulch and landscape cloth are two options for orchard floor management, and each provides different benefits. The bark mulch is not adequate to suppress weeds in total. Organic mulches can effectively control weeds, retain moisture, provide a sustained low level of nutrition for the trees. Unfortunately, most organic mulches for weed control are usually only practical in small-scale operation because of the high cost of some materials. Mulch is effective if properly managed, is non-selective, suppresses all emerging weeds, holds soil moisture, and well provides long-term control for weeds. But at the same time, there is the question of availability of mulch, cost of mulch application. Mulch can be very attractive to rodents, may affect tree nutrition, and also mulch must be free of weed seeds. The cloth treatment with landscape fabric, on the other hand, is a very effective weed barrier. Just a few weeds can come up at the edges of the cloth and around the tree hole. The fabric physically prevents the growth of weeds from the soil below and blocks sunlight from reaching weed seeds. Available fabrics are labeled as a porous to allow air and water to move through them and reach ornamental plant roots. But in practice, even with irrigation or routine rainfall, plant roots often do not receive the needed water and air for healthy growth. Plants may respond by trying to send roots through fabric seams, which breaks down the intended weed barrier.
Maintaining the soil in the orchard is very important, not just because of the development of the tree, but also because of the soil health and activity of microorganisms in the soil. Generally, the very common type of the soil management in the row are the use of herbicides or the barrowland, but we are trying to, let's say, to change the habit of our farmers and maybe to invent some new kind of management of the soil trip. Our idea is to try the two different type of the mulch system. A landscape fabric or plastic is one of the I would like to say more or less new system for the maintaining soil in the orchard. It's usually covering the strip or the row line, and there is so many activities which are important to establish this system. Maybe one of the most difficult is to put this fabric after the planting of tree. Also the fabric is not so cheap, sometimes it's very expensive for the farmers, but we can see some advantages of using this landscape plastic in our case, that it can totally prevent or help weed control. Also it keeps somehow the soil moisture in the dry climate, so there is some plus but also minus of this system. Other kind of maintaining of the soil is the mulch system. In our case we are trying to use the wood mulch, so-called chips, which can find easily. It's not so expensive, it can be easily put in the line, but for sure what we see during the last year, that this kind of mulch can prevent weed development, but not in total. In some cases we can see some weeds develop, let's say, nicely even under the mulch, but we think that this mulch can keep some moisture in the soil, and during the time after the few years we expect that this wooden mulch can increase the organic content of the soil, and at the same time we expect that this mulch can increase the activity of fauna in the soil, like different kind of worms, but also microorganisms which are very important